This is quite possibly the most important movie you'll watch this year. It also happens to be my first Paul Thomas Anderson film, so talk about one hell of a first impression. Welcome to Bite Size Bunny, my name's Tony, and today we are going to be talking about One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another follows a washed-up revolutionary named Bob who used to be a member of a revolutionary group known as the French 75, but now he's just a stoner living in the woods completely off the grid, raising his teenage daughter. Things quickly go sideways though when one of Bob's enemies from 16 years ago, known as Lockjaw, kidnaps his daughter Willa. Now it is up to Bob to track down his missing daughter and rescue her. And I'm just going to leave it at that because this is one of those films that the less you know about it going into it, the better that first experience is going to be. I also got to admit, the trailers for this film didn't do it any justice whatsoever. They felt really all over the place, but at the same time, after watching One Battle After Another, it makes perfect sense why that's the case, because there are major story elements that they keep under wraps and hidden pretty well. While this film is set 16 years into the future, it's kind of terrifying how relevant it feels now. Tonally, it feels very dystopian, but not so dystopian that it feels unbelievable. It kind of made me feel a very similar way to how I felt when watching Alex Garland's Civil War last year, except for I would definitely say this has some lighter moments sprinkled throughout, thanks to the characters and the witty dialogue Paul Thomas Anderson crafted. The way he goes about bringing these characters to life is truly brilliant. Every character that steps foot on screen feels so genuine and authentic, and the attention to detail he put into these characters is so damn impressive. He manages to avoid falling into any traps that could have easily made these characters feel one-dimensional. Like Leo's character, for example, easily could have just been left as the washed-up stoner, but the layers they add to Bob's character really give him a ton of depth. Same thing could be said for Lockjaw, who's played magnificently by Sean Penn. As you continue to learn more and more about what's truly going on with his character, you quickly learn just how despicable and disgusting he is. And Sean Penn does such a good job in this role that I consistently forgot that I was watching Sean Penn. I found myself getting so uncomfortable at times that I had to remind myself that this is a character I'm watching. Chase Infinity as Willa is another shining performance here, and I loved her chemistry with Leo. I really bought into the father-daughter relationship between these two characters. But the real shining stars for me personally were Teyana Taylor and Benicio del Toro. Teyana Taylor plays one of the leaders of the French 75, and her on-screen presence has so much power to it that she steals the show anytime she's on screen and is often upstaging the other actors she's sharing the scenes with. And Benicio del Toro gives me one of my new favorite performances of his with his role as Sensei Carlos. He is an absolute delight to watch anytime he's on screen, and again, he is another scene stealer here. In a film that can get so dark at times, Benicio brings a level of light to the project that really makes you feel hopeful for the characters. This movie is almost 3 hours in length, so when it comes to the pacing, I'm happy to report that it does fly by. Whether it's because of the well-crafted action sequences that are taking place on screen or the dialogue that leaves you hanging on every word, everything feels so meticulously crafted here, and it doesn't waste a second of its runtime. This is one of those movies where you can't really go to the restroom at any point, because by the time you get back, you probably missed 3 or 4 major story beats that have taken place since you've been gone. It's a long movie, but it doesn't waste any time. Overall, not only should you check out One Battle After Another, but it genuinely is a must-watch film. This is probably going to go down as one of the best films ever made. I'm going to be giving One Battle After Another a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff. And what's your favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie? Or what Paul Thomas Anderson movie should I watch next? I'd love to know your thoughts.